Hello, and you're very welcome to another Zero Bucks Given podcast. I believe this is our 18th one, and I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has interacted with every single one of them and all the guests that have been on. The last one we had was with James Conway. It got a lot of traction and a lot of great feedback, so thank you so much, and we have a load of new followers, so you're very welcome to the page. Tonight, I am joined by a very special guest, someone who I thought would be very fitting to follow up on James's podcast. It's a bit of a change of direction, but I think it will be nonetheless very spicy. Karen Delaney, you're very welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Thanks for having me.
Well, it is my pleasure.
It's lovely to be here. Lovely feeling.
We will get into all sorts throughout the night, but the first time I met you was we done a bit of comedy in the Sligo Comedy Club down in obviously Sligo, and I've been following your journey since, and I do know that you have stories and a story to tell, and I know it might be at times sensitive, so there's no pressure in the studio, and we will get into it, and whatever you feel comfortable about telling, we will tell it. But let's go back to the beginning. I try and create the background of all the guests that come on and where they came from and what they were, because as I said to you when we were setting up here, I have this thing, if you show me the 7-year-old, I'll show you the adult.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And is there any correlation between that 7-year-old and the person you are now?
Stephen, just as you're talking like that, it's only like as I came into my 40s, I'm 46 now, so in the last 6 years...
I don't believe it.
I am. I know I look all right, don't I? I don't look too bad,
absolutely
actually.
gorgeous.
Gorgeous, thanks. I'm only messing everyone. But it's only been in the last 6 years that I've been going through... I know you hear the healing journey, but it has been really deep healing.
Very good.
And I never, ever thought that I would do this healing that I'm doing now, because I always had to have somebody. I always relied on somebody. I was in a relationship since I was 15.
Yes.
Always had to have somebody, because the relationship with my mother was severed when I was 8 or 9 years old.
Okay.
I was so close to her, but my mother had an eating disorder.
Right.
So she was very distant, and I didn't understand that until I got a little bit older. You know, they were great people. My mother and father, my father's still alive.
This is in
Sligo. Yeah.
In the town?
Grew up in Cranmore, yeah. You probably
Cranmore,
heard of it.
yes, I did indeed.
Cranmore Place. Beautiful people in Cranmore Place. Like back in the day, sure, you could go into their house and get a cup of sugar. If you do that now, it's up on Facebook.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Everyone says that. When I was 7 or 8 or 10, everyone used to come in, neighbours used to come in and out.
Stephen,
it's all gone.
When I was travelling down here today, you know, the brick walls in the countryside and the sheep, I was like this staring out. I loved that. I could smell it.
Yes.
I loved the country. But my mother came from Donegal, so I loved going to... Donegal was my safe place to go when I was younger.
Beautiful county.
Loved Donegal. The relationship with my mother was severed at around 7 or 8. They worked hard, the two of them. She was always working. Everybody else used to say, your mother's not well. But we were young. We didn't know.
Okay.
Do you know?
What age did you come to realise that? When you say severed, how do you mean?
I was so close to my mother up until I was about 8 or 9. And then somebody touched me sexually at that age. I remember being in their bedroom. I could describe the whole house to you. The toys on the floor, the dog they had, everything. And I remember this pink dress that I had. And I never liked the colour pink after. I never realised. I only came to realise that a couple of weeks ago. That's why I didn't like the colour pink. You know?
You associated it?
Yeah, with that. Yeah, and he used to tell me that, you know, if you tell anybody, your mother would be taken away. So I became very bold, is what they called me as a child, frustrated. And I remember when I was 11 or 12, I was so frustrated at my father one evening. Great man, coming home to get our dinner so he could go back to work in the college.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember stabbing myself in the leg because he wouldn't listen to me. Listen to me! He said, what, Karen? I don't know. I can't tell you because I thought it was my fault.
Yeah.
I thought I thought something bad was going to happen. So when I took my first drink at 14, 15, it's great. This is brilliant. And I can't wait to get away from this street.
Yeah.
I loved my mother dearly. And I love my father still today, and my brother and sister. Even that relationship was severed over the last 5 or 6 years. But I have
Okay.
no badness towards them. What
Yeah.
I'm doing now is I'm healing because
When
that
you when you say it was severed with your mother, is that because she knew,
she didn't know.
or she never wanted to know?
I never told her. I
Okay.
never told her. And
Would she have known the person
yeah,
perpetrating it?
yeah, it wasn't someone in my family, but it's something that's ongoing with me and my doctor at the moment. So it's,
Okay.
you know, it's, but yeah, she knew him.
Okay.
A lot of people knew him. I knew him. I trusted him.
Okay.
I remember being young enough to be held up in his arms. And I kept this for years and years and years. Kept it all. Started drinking when I was 16. I had a younger sister, 7 years younger than me, and my brother was 3 years older. Me and my brother were so close. Went out drinking, done everything together, and blah, 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 blah. And when I was 21, I went back to do my leaving cert
Okay.
to school because I hadn't done my leaving cert. I left when I was 16. I wanted to get
Okay.
out working, you know, £90 a week was great, out
Yes.
working, you know. And I wanted to help my mother as well because I was like that as a child, you know. So yeah, 21, went back to do my leaving cert. Passed that, done it in the VC in Sligo. I remember them saying to us, now you can come in here, you can go out in the town, but at the end of the day, you're sitting the leaving cert.
Yeah,
And I
that's
was
true.
thinking, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do this because I wanted to do it
Yes.
because I knew I could.
Well, that shows a motivation and a drive to want to better yourself, to go back to doing the leaving, because it takes some discipline when you're 18, 19 years of age to think to yourself, "Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm out of school. I don't have to go back." That you wanted to go back.
Yeah, and I had my first child as well, and my mother was minding her. So I had
Okay.
Kira when I was 20. I was coming up 21. And when I was finished the leaving cert, she said, sure, you can do the course now, Karen, my mother said. But I said, are you sure you're able to mind Kira, you know?
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, I'm grand. And I remember coming home a few days on lunch and she was lying in the bed. She was tired. This is when I really started to realise there's something wrong here. To us, she looked, us looking at her all our lives, she was normal to us, you know.
Okay.
But people would comment and say, is your mother okay? Is she all right? I said, yeah, she is, you cheeky. Don't talk like that.
And why would they do that? What did they see?
She was so pale.
Okay.
She was thin. She was always covering her mouth because her teeth would be falling out, you know. She would, even when she'd always ask me to serve her food because she knew I'd mash it down for her and stuff and all the rest. And so one day when I was at my course, I came home because she wasn't feeling well. And that was grand. I was going back to my course on Monday, but you know what I'd done that weekend? I went out drinking. But before I went out drinking that Saturday evening, I was sitting with my mother. She was in the sitting room. I was sitting here. She was sitting there. And we never had there was no I love yous or anything like that, or deep talking or anything like that. But I was a very emotional child. I was always looking for someone to meet me here in the middle with my emotions, you know?
Yes.
And she said to me, Karen, look after yourself. I said, what? She said, just look after yourself. I said, why are you saying that? I said, you're like a different person. I said, oh, look, there's a robin out in the wall out there. And she said, whose wall is it on? And I knew she was a believer in robins. If robins came around, someone was going to die.
Yeah.
And that same time as this was happening, in Donegal, a robin had flew into her mother's house and her sister's house, apparently. We'd found out later. And she said, will you bring me up to bed? I said, I will, yeah. That was the first time I held my mother since I was 8 years old, holding on to her, like feeling her, you know. And I brought her up to bed. She was so light. She was so easy to carry. Put her into the bed. I went out that night. I remember going into what's called Gracie's pub now. It was a different pub.
Yeah.
And I remember being there thinking, I shouldn't have went out. I should go home. But I didn't. I went on. And I got absolutely plastered and God knows what else, and went to a party in the street around, in the next street from where my mother was living.
Yeah.
And the next morning, an ambulance passed by the house. Someone came running around to knock on the door looking for me, you know.
Yeah.
Realised I was there. Karen, you better come round. And I said, why? I was kind of half still. Hi, why? Your mother, Karen, you better come around. So when I was in the car with this fella bringing me around, I said, you're going on as if she's dead, I said. And he didn't open his mouth. And I jumped out of the car and I ran upstairs. My father was outside, walking up and down crying. My brother was standing outside. My sister was only 15 at the time. And I went into the room and they were working on her. And I whispered into her ear. I said, "It's all right if you want to go. I know this is too much for you here." And she's gone. She's
Oh
gone.
my God.
She died that day. And they brought her down the stairs, you know. And her
That's-
head was hanging out. Sorry, Stephen. I
No,
forget
no,
to
no.
say this. Her head was hanging out. You know what the way? And I said, "Can you just cover her head before you bring her outside."
Yes, yes.
And that was it. She went, they brought her, it was just like, she's gone. I went outside. I said, "My mother's after dying." I said to one of the neighbours, she goes, "What?" I said, "My mother's after dying there."
What, if you don't mind me asking, what age was she?
51.
That's very sad.
51.
Because I did not know that. I didn't know your mother had passed. So when you were talking
Yeah.
earlier on,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about her as if she was
No, she passed.
still alive. So you never really got to, we'll say, mend that relationship.
She never got to tell me. Well, she did tell me actually the 2 days before. I'm sorry, I left that, but when I was coming, I went down to collect her in the IT. She worked as a cleaner. She was
Okay.
hoofing them big cleaning things, you know. She said, "Karen, will you take me home?" I said, "I will, yeah, actually. I am taking you home." And she said, "You're not able for this." And we're at the traffic lights on Strand Hill Road. I'll never forget this. I said, "Mommy, why won't you go to the doctor? What's wrong with you?" Oh, she said, "Karen, I was abused when I was younger." I said, "What?" When I was 13, up until I was about 17 or 18, in a pub, because she was the eldest in the family,
Yeah.
she had to go to the pub in the road. And she said a different man used to come into my room every night. And it's like my whole life and her life flashed before me.
Holy shit.
I said, "What?" I said, "Who?" "It doesn't matter, Karen." She went, "Ooh." That's exactly what she done, "Ooh," like that. And I thought to myself, should I tell her now about me?
Yeah.
I said, "No, she's too sick. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't tell her." So I brought her home, and that's after that, you know, it was just, she got to tell me what was wrong with her and why she was the way she was with us all her life.
Did she hold it? That sounds like she had someone to blame, someone to let that happen.
She took it to the grave. She never blamed. She never done anything about it.
Yeah.
She left Donegal, came to Sligo, and my father was such a good father and such a good
Okay.
husband to her. And after she died, he sat holding the picture of the two of them that was married and crying, you know. And again, this man was only 56. His
Yeah.
wife was 51, you know,
Yeah.
very young. And he said, "I loved your mother, Karen, but I knew there was always something." And I told him 6 months later. He goes, "What?" I said, I feel I have to tell
Oh,
you."
he didn't know.
Didn't know.
Oh.
But he said to me, "It makes sense," because she never told anyone she was pregnant with her first child, and she was 8 months pregnant. She was always that fearful, you know, and
Okay.
I understand her so much now. And all week,
Looking
Stephen,
back.
I was just saying to Ethan, you were on my vision board last year. I said, I'm going to speak to him some way or other. Here I was all week, no joke to you, "Mammy, please." I said, "Please make this go okay for me." And I could feel her with me.
No, it's
I
going
could
to be fine.
feel her with me. And I've told Ethan, I said, I had experiences. I had a dream about her after she died 23 years ago. Stephen, 23 years. How would you remember a dream, you know?
Yeah.
And she was standing, and I asked her, well, actually, I felt the bed move. I was on the bed.
Right.
I was half asleep and half awake. And I said, "What's it like?" And she goes, "You've a lot of life to live, Karen." She said, "I'll see you when you get here." But she was beautiful. She was
Oh, I
like, she
love
looked
that.
like when she was younger. Okay.
Yeah.
And she would have told you so many stories of years ago. She said a man walked past her in the dark on the road one night and he disappeared and all the rest, you know. And she said, "Karen, you have something special. You're just too afraid, too hyper yet for it, you know."
Yeah.
She knew me, but I didn't
Okay.
just really know her, you know,
Right.
until the end of her life. And I got a crate of drink the day she died. I told my brother, "Go and get a crate of drink. I don't care what you get something." I said, "I don't care.
Yeah.
Get a bag of Coke, get anything. I want everything. I don't want to feel this now."
See, on that day, you would have known what she had told you.
Oh,
So that would have been preying on your mind as well.
and I was looking at my father, and I was looking at Louise, and I was looking at my brother Paul, and I was like, it was just overloaded. She told me all this, and now she's gone.
Yeah.
Now you've left me with this. So there was anger,
Yeah.
there was this, there was a bit of everything.
Yes.
So I took to the drink. I wasn't drinking every day, but any chance I could get, you
It
know.
was a release.
It was a release, yeah. And I thought, I'd be all right once I drink. But, you know, when the hangover came then, it was depression and
What did she die of? At that stage.
So 2 days before she died, my father brought her into the doctors. She kicked the table like this up and said, I'm going to no hospital, when the doctor said, you need to go to the hospital, Mrs. Delaney. And she went home. He said her heart, she needs to go up. Angina she had as
Yes,
well.
okay.
But she wasn't going. She went home to bed. She knew herself she was dying. I
jeez.
think now she told me what she told me because she knew she was going. And when I whispered in her ear, she was gone. It was like I went to a spiritualist afterwards in Ballymote,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a cardigan belonging to her in the boot of the car. And she said to me, Karen, you can keep that cardigan. I said, what? How did she know that? Was she looking in the car? This is a spiritualist one. I was like, oh my God.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
I love that.
Oh, unbelievable. She said, Karen, your mother heard what you whispered into her ear when she was passing, and she's not going to leave you until you find peace. That's exactly what she said to me. So I know my mother's with me, but I know she's getting ready to leave because she knows I'm going to be all right now.
Yeah.
I didn't kill myself. I killed what was inside of me.
Okay.
Do you know? I could have very well, many a times, like, do you know?
Did you ever get that low?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in the mental institution.
Okay.
And when they asked me in the mental institution, what year is it? I said 1988. And again, we go back to 1988. I was 8, 9.
Oh.
All making sense now.
Okay.
In AA, they used to say to me, more will be revealed, Karen. You know, and to me, it's happening for myself now. The inner work, nobody could do it. None of those people in the rooms. I could no longer sit around 30 people saying the same shite for the last 30 years. It was a program of action, so I needed to take action.
Yes.
I needed to heal, or I was going to, and deal, or I was going to die. I was going to take my own life
Okay.
if I didn't deal with this.
Yes, of
you
course.
know?
You can talk about it all you want, but in the end, you have to deal with it yourself.
I was going into AA for years.
Would you recommend AA to start off with?
To start off with, it saved me life.
Okay.
I went into it in 2011 after throwing myself in the river the weekend beforehand.
Okay.
And I heard afterwards that a man seen me walking in the doors and said, that's the girl that threw herself in the river. I'm glad to see that she's okay, you know.
Okay.
And it did. Look, Stephen, this is what people don't get when I say it. The program of recovery is fantastic. It should be introduced into schools and colleges. I think everyone should know the program of recovery.
Okay.
It's about looking at yourself, you know, doing a stock take of your life.
I'm just going to hold you there because I went off for a run today, and just as we're on the school thing before I forget, we're taught ABCs and 1, 2, 3s all the way up till we're 17 or 18 years of age.
Yeah.
But we're not really taught about how to deal with life.
This is it.
Even driving, I really believe you should be set up for life when you're 18, 19 years of age.
Absolutely.
Coping mechanisms, the whole works. And we're missing, even if it meant staying in school an extra year, I know that sounds crazy for 17 and 18-year-olds,
Yeah.
but the amount of difference it would make.
If that 12-step program was introduced into schools and colleges, there would be less drug addiction and alcohol. I'm telling you now, it's a fantastic program. People say to me, you're talking about it? No, I'm talking about the people that claim to be 40 years sober who put their tongue down my throat when I came back after drinking after 8 years. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. And people got annoyed at me because I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
How could you get annoyed at me for telling you my experience?
Yes.
My experiences of a man that was 40 years sober asking me about oral sex, you know?
And what age were you then?
Well, I went in when I was 31, so around 31, 32.
Okay, yeah,
and I remember being frozen. I was like, do I have a sign on my head that says I was abused as a child so you can do anything you want to me? I know that sounds funny and I make a joke of it myself.
I know. Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I don't. I wouldn't go back to it again.
So going back to your mother passing and going to the healer, how did the drinking progress?
So,
do you think what had happened to you fueled that?
yeah, I think after my mother and hearing her and knowing my own, I was like, fuck this. I remember the pub I went to as well, and I spent a couple of weeks going in and out to it for every day, kind of, you know. I never done that before, but yeah, definitely it did. And
the pub that she was talking about?
No, just a pub.
Sorry,
a pub I chose, and I sat there at the bar and chatting to people I never knew or whatever. I just needed a minute.
Yeah.
you know. And 6 months later, then, God bless me, poor father, when I think of it. This is a bit funny now, like, you know. But I was out for, we were out on a night out, you know, and going mad and all the rest. And Daddy was great. He was very good, great man, you know. Kept a great house afterwards and
Yes.
married again and happy for him.
Okay, yeah.
Lovely woman,
Yeah.
you know. So I was out with a few of the lads, you know, and my brother was meant to be going on holidays to Portugal, and sure, he fell asleep or wherever he wasn't going. So I said,
Okay.
lads, I'll take this ticket.
Oh, jeez.
So I said, come on, I'm home to the house. We can collect my shoes, my passport. I went into the house. My poor father goes, Karen, what are you doing? I'm just going to Portugal for 2 weeks. I'll be back in 2 weeks. He goes, what? What are you doing? I said, I'll be all right, Daddy. He's be grand. And I
Right.
went. Just think, the poor man standing there. I had one bit of a bikini, one shoe, €20.
Yeah.
Or €50, sorry. And we went to the airport and changed the ticket for €30 and got on the plane. And had a mad 2 weeks and came back then and had 4 more children.
Holy shit. If you don't mind me asking, where was what age was the child and where was the child at this stage?
She was here in Galway with her father.
Okay.
I rang him and when I was in the airport, and God knows he's forgiven me now. I said, oh, and I'm just about to get in a plane there. I won't be back for 2 weeks. He goes, what? I'll chat to you then, right, bye. But sure, I didn't give a shite. My mother was 6 months dead.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Excuse me for saying that word, shite. I know people are so,
No,
like, you
no.
know what I mean? Oh.
Say
But
whatever you want.
I didn't care. I wanted out. I wanted to get away. I wanted just not to be me.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
Escape.
escape, you know. I didn't even realise that I wanted to escape.
Of course
but I
not.
did.
Because I am sure, knowing you, and you're a very good person, that common sense would have prevailed if you were in your right mind, so to
Absolutely.
speak, and that you would have obviously wanted to spend time with your daughter. Oh, well, we all deserve a holiday, but not
Listen,
so spontaneously.
Absolutely. Listen, I hold my hands up and I was just saying to Owen today, you know, I was saying to him, thank you so much. And now I'm at a time in my life, you were a great father and is still.
Yeah. Owen sounds like a great man.
Lovely man. Jason's a lovely man. They're 2 lovely men. I was very blessed, you know, and I'll tell you, I don't know what I would have done without them in my time of desperation, you know.
Okay.
Blessed, like, you know, but we went on that holiday. It was mad holiday. Great holiday. We were like the Flintstones out on the road and these wee bangers and things. Great holiday. Great holiday.
But
Great
how did you spend 2 weeks with no money in
The
Portugal?
3 boys were great.
Okay. Well, if there's 3 boys involved and if there's a couple of
Now,
women.
these were friends.
Yeah.
Friends. These were friends
Yeah.
of mine.
Yes,
But we
right.
had Stephen, when I tell you we laughed, and we
Okay.
laughed. One of them was wrapped up in toilet roll. One of us, we just laughed.
Yeah.
It was just funny holiday.
Okay.
And it was a release for me. And I knew when I was coming back, oh, God, I have to come back to this now.
Yeah, you must have woke up at some stage and think to yourself,
Well, now I did wake up in the airport on the way to the but I said, sure, fuck it now, I'm going. I might as
Yeah.
well.
okay, fair enough.
But
Go
look,
for it.
as we go, 6 months after my mother died, I just wanted it. I didn't want any
Okay.
responsibility.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I was, to be honest with you. I was just
Yeah.
lost.
You see, I can kind of relate to this because when I had the oldest lad, again, I was young and I was like, yes, I want to be a father, but I'm also young enough that I do like I want to party as well.
Yeah.
But I worked hard, but I partied hard as well. And in fairness to my oldest lad's mother
Mm-hmm.
and oldest daughter's mother,
Mm-hmm.
she was great. But my own mother was there as well, and she's the the funny thing is I am older now than she was a grandmother.
Mad, no?
So she was a young woman, and I always think I broke her heart growing up in a lot of ways, never in a bad way.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like, well, I've given her the grandkids to mend that heart. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, she loved them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And loved you. That's
Yes,
why, you know,
100%. And still does.
Mothers
She's
love their
unbelievable.
sons.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, and look, mothers
Yeah.
love their daughters and their sons,
Yes.
you know, but she loves you
Yeah, she's
dearly.
incredible. She like
Isn't it great to still have, and Stephen,
Yeah.
let me tell you this, and people say, it's so cliche, say it all the time, but I'll tell you one thing. When the mammy goes,
Yeah.
it does something. It just does. It cuts a knife down through the family. It just does something. The mother is the heart
Yeah.
of the home.
It is the
You
backbone.
know, the backbone.
And I do take the mick out of women and mothers and everything like that.
Yeah, but you're not
But
really,
when
you
it
know.
when it boils
Nah,
down
you know,
to it,
you
I know that it's
Yeah.
Irish mommies are the backbone
Yeah.
of society.
Yeah.
Irish and Italian mothers have a special thing, and Nigerian mothers as well, apparently, that they're just the strength of the family.
Yeah, they are. They really
Yeah.
are. Like, and I'd love to have her here today. I just think, oh, imagine,
Yeah.
like, I'm at the age I'm at now. I'd
I think you're
love
being
to have
hard on
her.
yourself as well when you say that the connection with your mother was gone. I do think that you're being hard on yourself in that respect, because I can see that there's still a love. You love your mother very much. Yeah.
Sorry.
No. This is what what the couch is for.
Just give me a minute.
You're okay.
Loved her dearly. She'd walk over the road, I'd have my pram and my buggy. You know, when I was so
Yeah.
close to her. Loved her dearly.
Yeah.
And yeah, learned a lot now in my life from her death and her
Mhm.
living, and just looking back on my own life and reflecting and saying, look, I done wrong. I was not a good mother when I should have been.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a story behind it.
Yes.
I'm not a bad person.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? I've done bad things to myself,
Bad decisions.
bad decisions, but I'm human,
Yes.
you know, and I would climb a mountain for you.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I know.
You know,
I just say when I do bad things or wrong things, I say I'm not a bad person, but I made a bad decision.
no, I made plenty, Stephen.
Yeah.
I mean, I made plenty. I mean, in relationships and holding on to relationships, and in here, the relationship with this.
Yes.
I like Karen now.
Yes.
You know, I'm learning.
so you
I
should.
really do like her. You know, I do talk. You're just a soul. I'd be here talking to myself sometimes. That's just a body, you know.
Yes.
And another thing I love as well is that it always had to have perfect hair, skinny body, working out 10 times a week. None of that now. Like, I'll go out for a walk and all the
You
rest.
did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I was like,
it's held you well.
wait till I tell you. I've put on 3 stone. Let's not
I
make
don't
it.
believe
Listen,
that.
Stephen, wait till I tell you. I don't give 2.
That's a woman talking there
Listen to me now.
now. That's woman talk.
Listen to me. I used to be 10 stone. I'm 13 now. That is I don't care. You see, that's the thing about the world. And my own girl's grown up. You have to have these big lips. You have to have this. You have to. There's nothing. Everything on me is real.
Yes.
Do you know? And it really is. I'm sure you can see it. But that's good, though. I'm, a natural.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't want me girls to grow up thinking you
me
have to
in-
look away a certain way.
Let me tell you a little secret, ladies. Men much prefer the natural beauty.
Thank you. I do. I would.
100%.
But listen, at the end of the day, as well, and I see this all the time, I think some men are so shallow. No disrespect to you, but I noticed when I was 3 stone lighter and the haircut and the perfect body and the booty and everything. Oh, I couldn't walk into Sligo town and Karen, you look great. You look great. Now, the one, have a bit of fat and you do a bit of belly on, you're smart, you can just see it in
I'd
some
like
people.
to think that's the minority. of men.
Minority, not at all. Listen, I think when you come to this age, it's connection you want. It's not,
Yeah.
of course, you want the rest
Well,
to be good.
absolutely. And
But if the
people would be
connection's good-
lying if
If the connection's going to be
denied
good,
it.
if you connect with someone,
Yes.
everything else is going to be good. Do
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? So
Yes.
yeah, I just see from my own girls and stuff as well. I just want them to be themselves, and they
Yeah.
are, I suppose. Really, they are. They're
Do
good
you
girls.
ever advise them on life in that respect?
Yes, I will. I've talked very openly to them, and I'm just saying, use me as a guinea pig in a way, kind of girls.
Mm-hmm.
Try and don't do that, because if you do, it might work out.
Yes.
Not as good as if you do it this way. But like, I have to say, as I was saying to Ethan earlier, my 25-year-old girl is sometimes more like a mother to me.
Yeah.
She's her head screwed on, and sometimes I sit there and I think, oh my God, I had all these kids, and am I okay for them? Like, do you know?
Yeah.
But I am. I think I've had a lot of experience. We get on great.
Yeah.
We have great
Well, what
crack,
more do you
great
want?
laugh, and they'll still have you do all 4 of them. Well, no, not the 2 older ones, like,
Yes.
but I love them dearly. We have the crack. We're close,
That's very important.
It's
and
very
that's a great thing.
important. It is very important. I didn't hide anything from them, I suppose.
Yeah.
I shared it all with them. And I had to, because I knew being on social media.
Yes.
You
How do
know.
they? And I'm asking this because my own kids are probably looking at my social media.
Yeah.
Maybe the boys don't give a shit, but I'm sure they do tune in the odd time. How do you think? How do they approach it? How do they What do
Yeah.
they think of it?
They don't mind. Like, it's your thing, Mum. Don't be bringing us onto it and all the rest. Now, they will laugh at some of the stuff and they'll pretend that they don't like it maybe sometimes. But I'm their mother at the
Yes,
end of
of
the
course.
day. You know, I'm their mother. You know, whereas I think sometimes I'm the same age as them. Because when I'm in talking to them, I'm like, oh, I'm 46. Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
I do forget that as well.
I do forget, Stephen. You know,
Yeah.
and I do be talking to them like I still feel 25. And then I think, oh, no, I'm not. I'm not, like, actually.
Yeah, but
But-
it's a great in saying that. On the flip side of that, Karen,
Mhm.
it is a great way to look at life as well. To look
Yeah.
at it through your mid-20s eyes. I
Yeah.
know that, like, I'm in my 40s now as well, and that's the first time I've probably admitted to that. I do have this thing
I'm
that
still older than you. You're all right.
yeah. But I still view things like I did when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's all right
You
though,
know,
isn't it?
it is.
Sometimes.
It
You know
is.
what
It
I
is.
mean?
Now,
Like, I
I'd like to
mean,
think that I've a little bit more cop on than then. Actually, when I was, believe it or not, I was actually very responsible in most things. In when I was younger, in my teenage years, I was so responsible, and maybe even on the touching side, shy.
I,
It was when I got to probably 18 or 19, I kind of flourished a little bit.
I used to go to mass at 7 o'clock every morning,
Yeah.
dress up in the nicest clothes and all, just to go down. Because I used to, not that I'd be holy, it was in me.
A spiritual thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I used to go to mass, but I don't know if I've mentioned this on these podcasts.
yeah,
But I used to go to mass 8 o'clock or 10 to 8. I'd be at the head of the road when my grandfather was alive,
yeah,
and me and my grandfather were very, very close. He
Yeah.
only lived a stone throw away, and 10 to 8 every Sunday morning, I jumped the wall and I'd be waiting for him at the head of the road, and I went to mass. And do you know what? Sometimes it was beautiful.
Is that
Now, in
lovely?
saying that, he used to do this amazing breakfast. We used to go back up to his house, my
Afterwards.
grandparents' house, and have a massive fry up every
Yeah.
Sunday, and that was
Lovely.
kind of like the carrot on the stick to get me to go to mass.
Oh, well.
But that was tradition.
You can
That
nearly
was,
smell the
yes.
country air.
Oh my God, it was beautiful.
Oh, I loved
In the
it.
middle of a field, like this is proper country. There was no
Yeah.
bypass at the time. There was a main road, all right, but it was very quiet,
Yeah.
and it was a good bit back from the house. So you were in the field.
Yeah.
You could see the cows outside. You could see whatever animals there were, the chickens,
Oh, I
whatever.
love it.
It was brilliant.
That's what I loved about Donegal. You'd go down the Dillisk up on the roof, you
Yeah.
know, and you'd be on the sunny days and the big haze, the stacks of hay, and
Yeah.
I love it. I love that. The spuds coming out of the ground. And the
Yeah.
fishing. All my uncles were fishermen in
Okay.
Killybegs. So we down there. And,
Oh,
I used to
brilliant part of the-
love it.
brilliant part of the
Oh,
country.
Oh, my Uncle Martin, I loved him. He died when he was 60. Absolutely loved him. And his wife, I loved her too, because I used to always go to my Auntie Teresa.
Yeah.
The two of them are gone now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was very sad that they had 4 kids and their mother died. The kids were only young, and then they lost their
Yeah.
father again 20 years later. But lovely people in Donegal I went
Yeah.
to. I
Oh, they're
loved
salt of
them.
the earth.
Oh,
I'll have to say that anyway because Ethan's from Donegal.
I knew when I came in, I said, that Donegal accent, I
They have an
know
aura.
it.
They have
I
an aura
love
about
it.
them.
But they are lovely people, though,
They are
really.
great people.
I'm not just saying that because Ethan's there or anything, but really lovely, chatty, you know, they treat
Yeah.
you like they know you personally,
Yeah.
you know, and I love that. I love the country anyway, Stephen.
Yeah, well, I do too, and I love the west of Ireland is something very special. I love all of Ireland.
Yeah,
I really do.
yeah,
Every part, all the 32 counties.
yeah.
But there's a special calling in the west of Ireland,
There is.
from Donegal all the way down as far as Cork.
Yeah,
The west of Ireland,
it's lovely.
Fringe another believer in the power of the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, he was on with you. I seen him on a few
Oh, he's
times.
literally like
Lovely.
he'll always drop in and out.
He's lovely.
And but he has this massive draw to the Atlantic Ocean, all oceans, but especially the Atlantic Ocean. You know, it's just
Loves
an
it.
amazing thing,
Ah,
and
man,
you
it's
know,
good.
but Sligo's another beautiful,
Sligo's lovely
beautiful
as well. It is. It's
county
nice.
as well.
I stay at home a lot now, Stephen.
Yeah,
I do. And
you stay at home.
I do stay at home a
Yeah.
lot. Now I'll go out with the dog and I'll go for walks out in Strandhill, or I'll go somewhere out to the woods and stuff.
Yeah, that's a beautiful area.
Beautiful Slishwood and all out there, and Dooney Rock, and there's loads of places.
Yeah,
It's lovely. Sligo is lovely.
it is. And you know what? And Mayo is another beautiful county.
Beautiful.
But the only thing about Mayo is it's so vast, and I've said this a few times.
Yeah.
It is so vast. You nearly need an hour's drive to get to everything
Yeah.
in it, from Westport to Belmullagher to Achill. It's always a
It's
drive.
lovely though.
But in Sligo, everything is literally
There.
10 minutes away.
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
Slishwood, you've
I
Union
know,
Rock,
it's
you have
lovely.
Strandhill,
And
you've
even up the back avenue
Knocknarea.
at the riverside there is
Yeah.
lovely. When you go up through the woods, like, it's lovely.
yeah.
Everywhere is nice around there. It's nice. It's
So
lovely.
you would have grown up in the city.
Yeah, in the
Sligo
town.
is in the town. I thought it was upgraded to a city.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Well,
yeah, it is.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Someone, look at, again, when you're talking about Sligo, a lot of people have said to me on the internet, you're not a very good ambassador for Sligo.
Okay.
I
That's not
said,
nice.
well, I said I'm myself, like, I
Yes.
didn't think I was meant to be. Like,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah. You're not
Am I
working for
getting
on board
paid?
Falsha.
Hello? I'm not getting any money. Hello? Do you know?
Yeah.
I'm doing I like what I do because I like what I do. Like,
Yeah.
people think I'm doing it for some other. No, I like what I do because I like to
Yes.
help people.
Yes.
If somebody can get something out of me talking about something that happened to me, job done.
Yeah. We'll
you
get
know?
into some of the we'll get into some of the arguments I've seen online that you get involved with soon. But I want to
Yeah.
just go back to, you said you jumped into
The river.
the river. That's the Garavoga, I'm presuming.
Yeah.
Was that a cry for help, or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd taken so much drugs and drink that night.
What age were you at this stage?
I was, that was about 2009, 10 kind of. I was 30, yeah, just a year before I went into AA.
Yeah.
Apparently I literally just walked out the door and went. I do remember some have been inside. I remember being in the toilet in Toffs.
Okay.
And I remember every time I took drugs or was going on a mad bat, I'd say, please God, if you help me tonight and make me okay, then I promise I won't do it again. Sure, I don't know
Okay,
how
yeah.
many times I've done that.
Of course, I think
you know?
everyone does that when they're in
Everyone
that.
does that. And this night, I think I had a lovely big coat on, you know, and all the rest. And I just ran across the road. Every time I drank and drugged, the mind went thinking about all the abuse, thinking about this, thinking about
Yes.
that. Gone into the river.
Okay.
And I remember waking up in the hospital, and my grandmother was there. So she would have been in her 90s, early 90s.
Oh,
she lived to be
Christ.
100.
Right. Fair play.
And she was sitting there and she said, please, Karen, you know, you're going to die on me, you know, and just waking up after being out and after being in the river. One bad enough being out and having a hangover, but after going into the river, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake, sorry, excuse the language.
Did when you woke up, did you know what you'd
Oh,
done?
yeah. Sure, it was again another thing in the hospital. Oh, Karen, again, you know, I should have had my own mug up there, you know.
Yeah.
I was in and out all the time
Okay.
and in and out, but it was really a cry for help. I remember my father coming in one night. This is when I started to end up in A&E after a
Okay.
night out. I said, Daddy, something happened to me when I was younger. And I still couldn't tell him.
Right.
I was all over the place. I was a mess. I was an but I was sad. The child was so much alive in me up until I was 40 years of age.
Okay.
Or maybe 45.
Is your father still alive?
He is.
Fair play to him.
He'll be 80 this year. He's been telling us he's 80 since he's 60. I'll be 80 now.
Would you ever? Is there any point in telling him now
Telling him what?
what had happened? Or
Oh, he knows.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows. We've a very
Okay.
close relationship.
Okay. How did you react?
I knew there was something wrong with you when you were younger. And Daddy was a great man, you know, Daddy is, Jeremy was, I'm talking as if he's gone, but I remember him he always used to come up to me in the bedroom at night time, shake my hand and give me a kiss,
Yeah.
you know, and I was very close
Beautiful.
to me daddy.
Yeah.
And yeah, love him, love sitting with him, chatting to him, and just love him,
Yeah.
love me father.
From all this, even though it started off that you had a bit of a disconnection, what I'm feeling from the whole thing is that there was a lot of love in your family.
My mother she wouldn't tell you she loved you.
Yeah.
She was very emotionally, she wouldn't, you know, we weren't, I certainly, I remember being given out if I cried and stuff like that. I think that's because she was the way she was.
Okay.
You know, but my father, I was a daddy's girl.
Okay.
I was a daddy's girl. And it did hurt him to tell him, you know,
Yeah.
after he did. I know he cried. But we cried together
Yeah.
and we talked, and he knows that I'll be there out, and I hope he makes it to 80 now.
Yes, he
So
will.
He will, of course. His own mother lived to be 100.
Yeah. Great genes.
Great genes. Great genes. Can't get into any genes now, Stephen.
Oh, you stop.
I'm telling you. But yeah, no. And she was a great woman herself.
So, when did you decide then to get into the social media? Which, if I just say, in that state of mind,
Yeah.
can be a very toxic place, and I'm sure in AA they would tell you to stay off social media.
Oh yeah, and stay. Don't do anything for 2 years when you
Yeah.
go in and all that. Sure, I didn't. I have 6 weeks in the rooms and I got into a relationship.
Yeah, well, that's another thing that they tell you not to do.
Do you know? And when
Yeah.
I was finished with that, when I got into another one,
Yeah,
do you know? Leave you off now, pick you up. Not like that, but you know what I mean? Really, when I look back now, you could never be on your own, Karen.
okay.
Never.
But did you just not meet the right one, or you couldn't find the connection, or you didn't allow yourself to get the connection?
No, I met some lovely, I
Yeah.
mean, people that are in my life now, great people, but
Okay.
I was just too fucked up, Stephen.
Right.
Too fucked up. And now when I look back, I'm thinking, and now all I want is the quiet life.
Yeah.
Do you know? I'm on the home stretch now.
Okay.
Not really, but
Oh,
you know.
you've a good stretch left.
I have a good stretch left, but yeah, I just wasn't
It was a self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the time. I didn't even realise I was
Yes, of course,
self-sabotaging.
Of course.
I look back and I go, oh my God, every time I self-sabotaged.
Yeah, every time.
But you know what's lovely? To be able to look at yourself and say,
That's true.
you did do that.
Yeah.
You did go away and leave them, and you did do this, and you went off, and you went there, and you drank, and you drugged. I did.
Hindsight is 2020.
I did it all, you know.
Yeah.
People on social media. I started that page in 2015, just sitting in the house. You know, I was just sitting in the house, and I love writing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to finish this book I'm writing about me and my mother.
Yes.
You know, which is hope will be help loads of people.
Yes.
Do you know? But never looked at myself as anything great or anything. You know,
Yeah.
people would often say, "You think you're great."
No.
No. Well, I actually do now. Actually, coming through all I came through. Actually, I do.
Yes.
But no, I just like, funny as it is and all, and it's hard to believe, I like to help people.
Well, that, and it's a great memoir of your experiences.
And I made it funny in the beginning. I used to blog every day, you know.
Yeah.
And people would even say that, like, but then life changed. So, of course, I changed.
Yeah.
People say, you didn't say that years ago. Of course I didn't. I'm 46 now.
Yes.
I said that when I was 25.
Yeah.
Do you know? But I love social media. And I don't care for the trolls that I don't know.
Yes.
It's when people start that know me
Yes.
and the start. I'm like, I was good to you.
Yeah. Well, why? Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Because I have seen a lot of your videos, and I know you don't mention any names, but you make it obvious who you're talking to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But why would they keep doing that when you were good to them?
Well, it was a family member of them that started as well, and I was like, "What's she doing? I don't know what she's doing this for." Because I was like, "Oh, a lot of shit went on when you weren't even around." You know what I mean? You don't know
Yeah.
nothing, and people just getting smart and thinking that. Now there was one day where I was like, "That's it. Get me a box of tablets. I can't take all this shite.
Okay.
Too much. I just
That's
can't.
not good.
I just can't." I love social media, Stephen. I love writing. I love making funny videos. I love lip syncing.
Yeah.
I love having the crack, you know. And people tell me this is why I do it as well. Continue to do it.
Yeah.
Because people message me and say, like, I can't leave the house, Karen. I'm disabled and your videos uplift me. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. What a lovely thing to do for someone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I love it, Stephen.
Yeah.
Do you know, and all I want to do now is complete this book,
Yeah.
you know, and publish it. I've been saying for a long time I'll write a book, and now I feel like I've come full circle.
How far into it are we?
Oh, I've loads written. I've probably the whole thing written, ready to put it together.
Yes.
Do you know? But you know, as things change and you want to twerk little
Of
things
course,
and
of
blah blah
course.
blah.
And writing is different to doing videos, because
Yeah.
you can put a lot more thought. Even in doing a podcast, you're thinking this isn't scripted. There's
Yeah.
no direction to this.
Yeah, yeah,
There's no preordained direction to this.
Yeah.
I should say that you have to think on the spot exactly what you're saying. But when you're writing, you can think. You can put the pen down, and you can have a little bit of a think about what you want to put
yeah,
down
yeah,
next.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know you can tell what the future is going in the book is going to be.
Exactly. And when I'm writing, is when I go out to write, when I'm in a good space for writing, I don't know what's going to happen, but I flow. It just flows.
Yes.
It just comes.
That's the way it should be.
And people say to me, "Where did you get?" I don't know. Like I sometimes be sitting on the stairs and I might take if I've 20 minutes where I've nobody
Yes.
around me and I just
Yeah.
because I love it. I believe I was meant to write this book for me and my mother, for her.
Yeah.
I nearly feel her saying, "I couldn't do it, Karen, but you sure can,"
Yeah.
you know? And I want to honour her.
Do you believe that she is looking down on you?
100%.
Yeah.
I believe she's sitting beside me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I believe she's sitting beside me. I really do. And I felt her close. I'm getting the goosebumps. I'm getting I just know she's there. You know, and I was talking to people that have passed over, and I was saying to them yesterday, don't let me fuck up on this tomorrow, please. Please help me be. You're all invited to come.
Yeah.
That's the way I'd be talking sometimes.
Yes.
Because through all my pain, I turn to prayer.
All right.
When I don't mean there's God sitting up there and Mary
Yes.
and Joseph and all the rest. There's something higher than me. I know that.
Yes.
And when I tell you I was brought to my knees, I was brought to my knees through pure pain. Please, God, Jesus, whoever is there, help me. I really mean it. You know my thoughts. This is how I talk.
Yeah.
You know my intentions. I don't even need to talk. Because, you know, and that's the beauty of it. I don't even need to talk to the universe.
So you have great faith.
I do. Yeah, 100%. Not afraid to die. I know that when we die, we move on and
Yes.
we go. I do believe that 100%. Too many experiences when I was a child. In my bedroom in Cranmore, 2-story house.
Yeah.
Every time someone used to give out to me or anything, if I ever got into trouble that day, I'd always see this woman with a shawl over her head standing at the window, right? And later on in life, when I described her to my father, he said, that's your great-grandmother. I said, what is it? I said, well, she must be guiding me or looking after me.
Yeah.
100%, no doubt about it, that my mother was around after she died. I'll tell you a story, Stephen. My daughter was 2 at the time she died, right? 2.5. And we all came home after, I don't know where we had a month's mind or whatever, and we all came back to the house. And there was Ciara walking in through the double doors with her hand up like this.
Yeah.
I said, Ciara, what are you doing? Maya said to stop fighting. That was her name, Maya.
Yeah.
Stop fighting.
That's a real Donegal name, if I'm not mistaken.
I said, yeah, Maya, yeah,
Yeah.
Maya, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, she's here. I always knew she was there.
See, kids know.
Kids and older people, listen to them. They'll tell you the truth.
I'm going to tell you a story now, and I'm going to not to jump in on your story,
go
but
on.
I'll probably never get a chance to tell this story because it's so relevant.
Okay.
My oldest lad, Tony, he's Asperger's, so it's the mildest form of autism. Like if you wouldn't even know it. He's just maybe socially shy.
Yeah.
And he was about 8 or 9 years of age, and we were up at my grandmother's house, my 2-story house, my safe place. When I say safe place, I mean my quiet place. It's where I do some of my writing.
Yeah.
And it's where I'm most productive when it comes to comedy or writing whatever poetry I write, whatever. And there's no one living in it at the minute. My grandmother is in the Sacred Heart home, 94 years of age, flying it, but she's just not able to look after herself. But she was the rock of the family, not just my family, as in my mother and father and my sisters and everyone, my uncles, everything. She was just a rock of the family. Very spiritual, very, very religious. When I was in ICU in Beaumont Hospital, one of the first things I could feel were her prayers or her positivity when I woke up. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But Tony was at the bottom of the stairs. It's an old 2-story house. Mm-hmm. And she was out in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And Tony was I was there with my sister, and I'm glad my sister was there, because if I told this story and my sister wasn't there,
You'd be thinking,
no one would believe me.
Yeah.
So Tony was looking up at the stairs, and we were ready to go. And usually Tony would follow you along, and he was just staring up at the stairs. And I said, Tony, are you ready to go? And I said it to him, and he didn't flinch. I said, what are you looking up at? He said, I'm looking up at the man that's waving down at me. I said, there's no man up there. He said, there is. He said, and then me and Katie looked at each other, and I was like, I said, what does he look like? He said, he's a tall man, and he says his name is Martin. Now, Martin was my grandfather who had passed away, and my uncle who had been murdered when he was 22. That would have grown up in that house and went to London, and he was murdered over in London. So it was either or the two of them. And that's when me and like Tony, to get Tony to say anything.
Well, he was telling the truth.
He wouldn't have known. He would not have known anything of the description,
Beautiful,
and we looked at each other. And Nanny, my grandmother, I call her Nanny.
Yeah.
My grandmother shouted out to us. She said, "Is everything all right?" Because she kind of sensed that there was something wrong,
Yeah.
and we didn't tell her because she would have clicked in straight away.
Yeah.
And it just shows you that young people
Absolutely.
are really tuned into the frequency.
100%.
And why do we lose that?
I think depression,
Yeah,
addiction, the world.
yeah,
I believe when I look at Stephen, I'm not a politics person at all, and I do hear you talk and other people saying, there are all these words, blah, blah. I'm going to sound stupid, but I do know and I do firmly believe in my heart and soul from the first day we walked into them school gates, we were lied to.
yeah,
Even the ball, I don't even know about the earth. I don't even know anything anymore. I'm questioning everything,
yeah,
you know? And I hate that my own girls look, well, not that they look up to, I never looked up to pop stars myself. I never
Yeah.
posted on my wall or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe now I know now why I didn't. Maybe
Yeah.
as a young child, my soul knew
Yes,
that.
yes,
When I was 4 or 5 years of age, my mother, I remember being with, now I would have been a little bit older, pulling her away from this psychic woman. I didn't like the energy of her. Mad, like, you know,
Yeah.
children do.
yes,
They do actually pick up things. So to me, you know, the world is a bad, bad place, and I don't even want my girls to go on holidays in the
no.
summer. You know, it's
there's
so,
a fear.
it's a fear, you know, there's a lot of sex trafficking, there's a
Yeah.
lot of sex trafficking, it's bigger than the drug trafficking now.
Yeah, it's so scary when I think of my kids.
Oh, Stephen, they're the same age as my own, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking every time they go out, I'm like,
You just have to trust the process.
I do trust the process, and I don't be like sitting at home going, oh, you know,
Yeah.
they're good, they're grand, and they have boyfriends that are
'Cause
very good.
If we did
Oh, sure.
start, you wouldn't
You
live
might
a day.
as well put me down to St. Columbus.
Yeah.
Did you know?
100%.
You know, go down there and lick the walls for the rest of your life.
It
you
is,
know?
and I was always like that. I was always like, sure, listen, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the thing is now that I've more people to worry about, and I find myself as going to bed at night thinking, you know, what's going to what if this happened?
No point really.
Would they
is
be
there?
able to deal with the stuff that we happened to us when we were out
This
and
is
nights
You
out?
see, we had a different, like, we'd trauma and we'd all shite and this now they're coming home doing their skincare, you know?
Yeah,
You know, it's all different, but it's all, everything is different.
but there's
Like,
more there's different pressures
Oh,
now.
there is. Like, and look at even for women, I have 4 daughters myself, and I think, I hope they don't do anything to themselves because they're beautiful the way they
Yes,
are.
yes.
I'm not just saying that because to me they're beautiful anyway.
Yeah.
Like, but you know, all girls are beautiful, all women,
Yes.
we're all beautiful. Don't
Yes.
go doing this or blowing up this or,
Absolutely.
you know, or sticking this up or doing, let it all go naturally,
Yeah.
you know.
A little bit of moisturizer.
A little bit of moisturiser. I've been doing that
Yeah,
all week
yeah.
myself, but you know, natural is better, I think.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. No, you're 100% right. This thing of coming out looking like you've just been sprayed with Ronseal.
I just can't do it. Listen, I done all this having to do. When I worked in air. I'll never forget the day I got up and said, "Fuck that, I'm off. I'm not listening to that anymore." I was not put on this earth to listen to people complaining about their bills all day, you know. And I remember being in there once a month. And I love you're listening now. Do you remember all the coffees I used to bring in? I used to come in there on a Friday with coffees and teas and cappuccinos and all. That was very good, Steve, and me.
Yes.
But anyways, once a month I'd get paid. I'd get the hair done, the tan done, the nails done, the eyelashes done.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm not able for that anymore. It's too
Yeah.
much hard work.
Yeah. No, in saying that, it's nice to treat
Oh,
every
it's
so
lovely
often.
to treat. It's lovely to treat.
Even as a man, I understand that.
I'm
that
looking
that
to-
has to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at I've been beautifying myself all week and self-care and in the bedroom.
Well,
and
you've done a
I-
great job.
Listen to me, I didn't do too much.
Listen,
to be
a
honest
little
with
bit of
you.
self-care in the bedroom is no harm.
Wait till I tell you. I won't tell you about the self-care that I do. We'll talk about the chicken fillet there.
We'll get into the comedy bit in a while.
No. But to me now, at 46, self-care is important. I know it
Yes.
sounds, self-care. No. Self-care to me is taking time out for myself with no phone, no computer, no lights on, sit in the dark,
Yes.
look up at the stars or something. There's a
Yes.
bit of peace
I
for
need
me.
to get to that as well because I'm.
Stephen, you do.
Yeah, 100%.
Outside in the dark on the
Yeah.
trampoline, grappled up, looking up at the
Feel
stars.
because the earth has an energy.
Go out and walk on your feet.
Yes.
I always do.
Earthing.
People see me
Grounding,
as this,
sorry.
grounding yourself.
Grounding, yeah.
And I know a lot of people on social media and around me town as well say, she's crazy, she's fucking mad. You don't know me at all.
Yeah.
What you see on comedy and all, that's talent, by the way, I said.
Mhm.
You know, I'm a different person when you get to know me.
Yes.
You know, I love a deep
Yes.
conversation. I love to know about you. And, the spiritual side thing, the
Yes.
country, I love all that. Bring back all that to
Yeah. I
Ireland.
know.
Do you know?
I know. And that's a common theme and everything. We can all be very modern, and it's a modern society and everything like that.
Yeah.
But there's no harm getting back to basics.
Do you know, it's lovely. I love
Being
that.
the Irish culture, and especially coming up to March, when by the time goes out, it will be March.
Yeah.
Irish month. And isn't it such a fantastic thing for such a small country that
Yeah.
we have a month dedicated to
I
Ireland?
think March though really is, and this has only happened to me recently. I feel it in me whole mind, body, and soul. I believe, and I have to even go like that when I'm saying it because I feel the real beginning of the year is now.
Yeah.
I'm-
Yes.
I really do.
I have a very good friend.
I really do. I feel a real newness coming
Yes.
into my own life even.
Yes.
I really feel now that my life is going to take, I'm not saying I'm going to do anything brilliant, but I'm definitely content
Yeah.
and I'm all right and I'm doing what I love, you know?
Yeah. And you're not the only one. There's a lot of people. I have a good friend and grandfather to one of my kids. Big shout out to Michael Hurst. And he comes alive in the year
Yeah.
on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, but as a child,
And brilliant
yeah.
then up until Christmas again.
Yeah.
And then he just January, February, it's just a very
Depressing.
yeah.
Like
It is.
Yeah, it is. It really is. But I think people are really starting to find themselves and they don't know what's going on. You're finding yourself. You're
Mhm.
looking deep into yourself.
You
You're
mean
not-
that spiritually
with
like
everybody? I think a lot of people
in society?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are now starting to. Now there's still a lot of people half fully asleep.
Yeah.
You know.
We mentioned Jen Healy earlier on before we went on air,
Yeah.
and that was the same ethos that
I want
she
to go
lived
to her
with.
thing.
Yes,
I love
it's great.
it.
She's great.
I mean, God love her. She'd probably need a few Valium after dealing with me, like. But no, I just felt a connection with her,
Yes,
and I thought, yeah, I'd love to go and sit with her. Do you know, I'd love her to do a bit of work on me.
Go back to the frequency thing, and it's kind of on the same theme. They've done an experiment where they I think it was about 8 or 12 people, or one or the other,
Yeah.
or it doesn't matter, or that many people into a room underground, and they never told them that they turned off the Earth's frequency,
All right.
right? So they blocked the actual electricity in the Earth, and it runs at something like 7.6 hertz or
Right,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
There's an actual electricity in the Earth,
Yeah, yeah.
and they never told them that they blocked it, and suddenly their mood was going down. They're sick. They started all getting sick,
Mad, isn't it?
right? And they kept it going for, I'm going to say a few days. It could have been a couple of weeks. It was an experiment
Yeah.
that they were all willingly involved in,
To do, yeah.
but they didn't actually know that the frequency was turned off or when it was turned off. As soon as they turned the frequency back on,
Up again.
everyone started to get better.
Yeah. And it's the same goes for who you keep company with as well.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
that is true.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And again, I don't talk about anything I haven't experienced. That's what I
Yes.
always say to people. If I'm talking about it, if I experienced it, you know.
It's happened.
When you're around toxic people, I needed to be around toxic people for a long time
Okay.
because that's all I knew.
Okay.
You know, comfortable. It was what I knew. You know,
Right.
even if they hurt me, I just, kept going back for more.
Why do you think that was?
I knew, just hadn't, it's not that I had no respect for myself because that's not the right one to say, is that I suppose I didn't really care about myself.
Yeah.
I wanted love, to be loved, and
Yeah.
I wanted to love. But look at,
Was it fake love or pretentious love?
it was, there were two, yeah, no, it wasn't fake. It wasn't fake. I was just very sick girl.
Okay.
Mentally. And when you say that again, there's a stigma. Oh, she was a very sick girl mentally. Oh, she's crazy. She's wrapped up in a thing. No, my mind was not well because somebody, when I was a young child, done something to me that made me feel very uneasy, which shaped me into believing, and no word of a lie, that I was put on this earth to serve men. That's how that made
Okay.
me feel.
When I asked the question at the beginning of the podcast, I have a thing about show me the 7-year-old or 8-year-old and show me the person. I did not realize it was going to hit the nail on the head from the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing thing, and that'll that'll
This is
kind of tell that what I'm saying about show me
Yeah.
the 7-year-old or the
I
8-year-old.
never heard that before.
Yeah.
It's a good one, like.
Yeah.
And for me sitting here tonight, just been in this, I knew when I came in, I felt like I'd known Ethan all my life.
Yeah.
I came in and I just felt you're exactly where you're meant to be.
Yeah. That's good.
And I just feel a nice energy in here.
Yeah.
You know, this
we
is
do.
all
We're-
healing as well. It's all
We're
good.
We're good guys.
Yeah, you're all right, I suppose.
But
But you are. And you know, that's what a lot of people don't see about you. You're one of the nicest, most genuine human, very, very, very deep, lovely person.
thank you, Karen.
And I'm not saying that to get anything out of you or anything before anybody says that, but I just think you are.
Yeah.
And I think
I tried to be.
you have a great talent.
Yeah,
I
well-
just think you're absolutely
Thank you. Thank you very much.
just funny. Very funny.
Well, I can tell you that it's all whatever it is I have, it is all natural. I don't try and
Well, that's
put
it. You
on
see, you're
anything.
natural. You're
I'm
natural.
real.
You're real.
And I do try. I don't always get it right, by the way.
Sure,
I've made like I said, I'm not a bad person. I've made bad decisions in
We're
life.
not nobody's perfect.
And I've been told recently that I'm very hard on myself. Well, maybe I need to be to keep myself on the straight and narrow. I don't know.
You need to. I'd say now, giving yourself a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Give yourself a bit of time to yourself.
Yes. Maybe ground myself again.
Go out there and take off your shoes and walk in the grass.
Yes.
Do you know, it's lovely.
French toast is mad into it.
Lovely.
Every time we go on tour or go to another country, the first thing he'll do is take off his shoes, and
Yeah.
even if it's just a tree on the street and there's a bit of soil around it.
I think by the time I'm 55 or 60 years, which is not far away, Jesus, when you think of it, oh my God. I think I'll be in the country in a little cottage with a little red door,
Yeah.
pair of wellies outside, loads of animals, because I
Yes.
love animals.
Yes.
That's another thing. Me dog and me 3 cats, God bless them, I love them.
Yes.
Do you know? Me dog
like
got me through,
dogs.
and I love me
Don't
dog.
like cats.
I love me dog.
Yeah. No cats.
Well, I have a 15-year-old cat, so she has
Oh yeah. Well then, that's
there,
part,
you
of,
know,
part
she's
of
on
the
the home
family.
stretch now, like, you know.
I think cats. I used to have this cat. Actually, the cat my mother has now, a biscuit, is a phenomenal cat. Biscuits.
Oh,
Yeah.
class.
And there's a couple of stories around biscuits. He went away for a while and then he came back, and it was hard to know if there was a boy or a girl for a long time. And we had everyone out checking it, and then someone grabbed his balls. So we realized then that it was actually a male cat.
Oh, go away. We have a male now, he's 9 months old, but he's going wild at night time. He's dying for the owl.
Okay.
You know, God bless him. I have to
Right.
bring him up to the vet next week.
Oh, he
They're-
won't like that.
Well, tough cheese, you know. There's no more kittens coming around.
We'll get into go a little bit back into the social media, and then we'll drift into the comedy thing.
Mhm.
So, do you think by reacting to the comments and whatnot that you're fueling it, or were these becoming anyway?
Look at, I know I'm a reactor.
Yes.
You know, and look,
And they know you're a reactor.
they do, and they love it. Sure, look at, you know, and look, a lot of the time I reply to gobshites
Yeah.
is to purely take the piss and go, did you actually write that? Like, who in the name of God reared you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, and then you look and you see it's the father with his child, and like, oh my God, Jesus, God love
Yes.
your.
That's
you know,
that's what I can't understand.
what?
These are adults with some of these. I look into some of these profiles that do be giving me shit, and one of my New Year's resolutions was stop arguing with idiots.
Oh, I know,
it's
you
like
know.
it's like trying to bring a fish for a walk.
I heard you saying that the other day, and I said, that is exactly it. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a bit of menopause coming up as well,
Yes.
and all the rest, and I'm just, I'm kind of at a stage now where, like, you know what, I've held a lot in all my life.
Yes.
And I
It's
don't
a release.
It's a release.
Yeah,
and you
I
know,
do. I understand
excuse
it.
the language, but who the fuck do you think you are? People say, get off social media. Why should we get off social media? Because people hate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a therapy room before you log into social media. Are you well enough? No, bye-bye. Bye-bye, love. There was a girl in Sligo for a good 10 years. She had a voodoo doll or something of me.
Yeah.
You know, she'd set up all these accounts and messaged me all the time.
Yeah.
You know, she hated me. And
Yeah.
you know why? I reached out to her to try and help her. That's me problem, Stephen.
Yes.
I'm not helping anybody anymore.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
reach out to help people. Worse in the world. Sit back down.
Okay.
Do you know?
Okay.
But yeah.
Why did she hate you?
Don't know why
Okay.
to this day, I don't know why she hates me.
Right. Did you? And do you know it was a real person?
Oh yeah, I know
I
her.
mean, you don't.
Oh, this
Okay,
person
okay,
has went. Yeah, yeah. Oh, she has. The guards were involved about 5 or 6 years ago,
okay,
and the guards said to me, "Let her keep digging. Let her keep digging."
right.
And then she'd die off, and she'd come back 6 months later, and she'd
Mm.
come back again. I know her. I know her from the town, but it was constant. She was starting to then do videos of me holding a coffee because I'd always have a coffee with
Yeah,
the blonde wig. You know, and I was thinking,
ridiculous.
this woman is older than me. Like, I
Jesus.
mean, Jesus Christ, like, I don't know. I don't know, and I really don't know. I don't know
Like
why.
what kick I'm trying to figure this out from my own peace of mind, because I have 5 or 6 people that keep messaging or keep commenting, and they're not getting it.
But
Like
it's filling the void in them, Stephen.
yeah,
Every time they do that, it's I go back to myself when I was angry and I'd do anything to just get it the release. So
yeah,
these people don't like themselves. So they're, and as well, when you think of it, some of
a
them,
reflection of themselves.
absolutely, and they're from fake accounts or no
Fake
profile.
accounts, yes.
What does that tell you in the first place when there's they set up a fake page or a hate page against me? We didn't know who done it. Show
Yeah.
your face if you're willing to say all
Yes.
this stuff.
Absolutely.
And then they were saying little bits and pieces. Elaborate.
And that's not to be that's not to be compared to actual people that want to converse properly and trying to get.
Yeah.
They're fine. I've
Yeah.
absolutely no
Yeah.
problem with constructive debate
Yeah.
if they don't agree with you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. We're not all going to agree with each other. But
Yes,
there's no need to
yes.
call me you dirty slag. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the street one day in Sligo and some person roared over, slut.
Oh. Out of nowhere.
I don't know. When I was a young fella, I was like, what? Well, I don't know what age he
Okay.
was, like, but I was thinking he probably knows someone that doesn't like me.
Yeah.
And I kind of stopped going into Sligo town because I'd be getting like,
Well, you shouldn't.
I was in Penny's the other day, right? Here I was getting me wee bits, blah, 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 and this girl comes over, Karen!
Yeah.
I know you off TikTok. And I was like, oh yeah, that's lovely. You know, hi, that's lovely, you know. And then you'd have people saying, oh, you think you're great. Like, do you
Yeah.
know? I don't. It's just that they recognise me because I'm in the town. The town is small.
Yeah,
I'm
what
on
you want me to-
social
what you-
media. What do you want me to do? Put on a
yeah.
mask?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Do you know what I
another
mean? Do you want me to go around with a brown paper bag?
Do you think if you were a man, it'd be different?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. And that's
I
not
actually
being
do.
bad.
And I'm
I'm
actually
not-
going to say this.
Listen, I love men and women. We're all equal. But I
Yeah.
do think if I was a man, and how good, 2026, you never know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
that's true.
Anything goes. I'll just check. Hang on. No, I'm still a woman.
What I mean by that is, I think women get a harder time when they express themselves on social media than men.
Yes, I think I've been so open as well. I've opened myself up
Yeah.
for a lot of. But you know, at the end of the day as well, I'm glad that I've nothing to hide.
Mhm.
If you want to talk to me about something, elaborate and we'll talk about it. But don't be giving me little. It's not countdown. We need all the words here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Don't be throwing out shitty things and making up pages and blah 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 blah. Really and truly, do I care about it? Not really.
Yeah.
Do you know?
But you know what? I say the same thing, but sometimes
If you're having a bad day,
if you're having a bad day and you're at a low ebb anyway, and you just maybe something else has gone
Yeah.
wrong in the background, and some comment comes in,
oh,
and
Stephen.
it just affects you that little bit. I know it's only for that moment, but it can, and I'm probably given for anyone that
No.
wants to.
I don't care. You can do
yeah.
all you want. I've done worse to myself. But come here till I tell you, Stephen, when I was like, when I'm doing that, I'm like, I'm looking sometimes going, really? Like,
Yeah,
should I kill myself when I'm in a bad state?
yeah.
When I get into a bad state, or
Yeah.
I'm like, really? And then I'm like, no, fuck that. I don't really care about you, really, you know?
Yes.
People think I
That's,
really do.
that's when you come to yourself again.
And when you see me replying with funny kind of like, I really don't care about who that is. I don't go and check who that is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know them. But it's when it gets personal,
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
Yeah, of course.
Don't say things because I've been very good. I could be a right
Yes.
fucker.
That's what you're actually being more generous by not for the people that do know you.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of great characters that I only know through the online thing.
Yeah.
And I love them commenting. And I when I know that I messed up or said something,
Yeah.
if they say it,
Yeah.
I'll take that to heart. It was so far no one
yeah,
has.
Yeah.
They understand exactly where
They
I'm coming from.
understand.
But when I see the troll messages coming in, it's like
Yeah.
water off a duck's back.
That's it. People say to me, oh, don't heed them. So I'm not minding them.
Yeah.
I'm too busy hanging out me washing or whatever. Now here, last week, right? I had to make it to the bank by 3:30 or my Wi-Fi won't be paid. I was just, it's stuck, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have loads of money. I don't
Yes.
have everything, but I have everything, if you get me.
Yes, I get
don't
you.
have anything, but I have everything. And there was a few bad comments. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The bank has to be paid. Oh, I have to pay this. I have to pay, the bins have to go out tonight. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I felt like going out in the street and going, you fucking bastard. You know,
Yes.
that's exactly how I felt.
Yes,
And I was
that's
just,
frustration.
Do you know, and then there is people living around me that I would have known, and you can see the smartness in them. And
Yeah.
I think when I was leaving this morning, I had a great sense of, you know what, I'm going to do something I love today.
Yes.
And none of these shits matter,
Yes.
you know. I
None
know
of-
who I am. I
None
know
of them
where
are
I've
on the
been.
on the couch.
I'm sitting here with you, and,
Yes.
you know, it's lovely. And, you know, talking to Jodie as well, as I said to you earlier, Jodie I'd never met.
Yes.
Never met her in person. The night she spent 2 hours on the phone with me because I was so suicidal.
Yes. This is a mutual friend, by the way.
A mutual friend, like, you know, and I tell you one thing, I just said, I feel like you're my sister or something. I feel like I know
Yes.
you from another life or something. And yeah, we just connected. She sat with me on the phone for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that night I was ready to just, I don't know, you know, in mental health, very fine line,
Yes.
you know. I've known many people to take their own life,
That's a beautiful thing.
you know.
Well, I'm not taking the life,
yeah,
but
fine line between it,
Yeah.
you know. And
that
she
she was
sat with me.
there.
Sat
That she
with me,
sensed it.
and again, I've done it a few times, like, you know,
Yeah.
and has been sending me messages all day today. Go on, Karen, you'd be great. You know,
Great
just
character.
so lovely.
Yeah.
And looks fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, lovely person. And we're going to
Yeah.
meet up. We're going to
Very-
go to
oh,
a town
I
somewhere.
recommend it.
We're going to go to some town around, might go to Swinford.
Come on, you're more than welcome.
And we said, we'll just go into the shops, have the crack, you know, for the crack.
And there's no rivers to jump into either.
I should look at it if I do. I can swim. I went for lessons. Do you know all I was bothered about that night when I woke up?
Yeah.
Do you know where my jacket is?
Because it was a nice jacket.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Lovely. But yeah. Well, look, I had great times, Stephen, as well. You
Yeah.
know, plenty of great times. I mean, it was like Bridget Jones. Sometimes out at the beach, the water glistening, and we'd be off our heads and stuff. Great days.
Yeah.
Not saying that was a great time.
No,
to be,
no,
but you know,
no.
we
But
had
I mean,
fun.
you're being honest.
We were young.
Yes.
Sure, tell me someone that.
Yeah, of course. Listen, I done it myself, you know, and even though I probably kids at home and I should have been at home, but my mother was minding them and I knew they were safe.
You knew they were safe, exactly.
And that's the main thing.
And I
stayed out an extra night or a week.
Yeah.
You know.
There you go. You looked at the calendar, not the clock.
Yeah.
But
Excellent.
look it. But you know what, Stephen? I really feel now like, you know, I really am coming into a time in my life where I am going to really enjoy. I am enjoying it. And I know the guards were at my house there more times. I said they called last week and I said, Jesus Christ, you've been at my house more times than when I was drinking. You were never at my door.
Yes.
Do you know? And to be fair, they were very good to me. You know, I
Yeah.
have to say they were very kind.
Why would
mothers.
they be at your house last week?
They were doing a welfare check.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're all right. We're
Okay.
grand, you know.
Yeah, okay.
The dogs here.
Why would they do that?
Because apparently someone told somebody on the street that I was making my videos were directed at them, which,
Okay.
Stephen, my videos are funny. They're lip syncing. If I'm talking, I'm taking the piss.
Yes.
Sometimes I think there's something wrong with me. Maybe I should have been diagnosed as different.
Yeah.
Because people think I do be on about them. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm really in my own bubble when I'm doing things.
But sure, everyone is different.
Everybody is,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It'd be a boring world if we weren't.
Yeah.
We'd be English.
Do you know, and I said to the guards, I said, listen, do you want to take my phone and look at me? If we'd be English, sorry. It took me a minute.
No, go on. No,
I'm
that was my
blonde.
own personal
I'm
joke.
blonde.
No.
But come here, I said, do
I
you want
love
to
the
take
English, by the way.
You do. Oh, you do. Oh, you really do. I said, take my phone, look at my socials. Look. Sure, I'm only on TikTok and Facebook. I don't even bother with Instagram. I'm not on everything.
Yes.
He said, we know you're not. You know, we know you're not making videos. I said, Jesus Christ. I'm making videos since 2015, I said. I'm only moved in here a few years ago.
Yeah.
You know, but and I like me wee house too. I like me wee room.
good.
I have me wee desk and me dog and me little thing. Just leave me be. You know?
Are you on the look for love, or does it matter if it comes along anymore? Would you like to find it, or maybe you have found it and you're not telling anyone?
No, I'm not telling anybody. I'm not at all. No, I'm open.
Yeah.
I'm not that open. Well, actually, after 5 children, I would be. What?
I'm not going to go in
I'm really
there.
not giving a
No, I mean, what I mean is, I'm not going to
for
go
you,
there.
though. You didn't give birth to your 5, did you?
Yes, that is true.
I gave birth to 60 pounds worth of human.
Yes.
Like Niagara Falls
Yeah.
and fucking. all the rest,
Indeed.
you know.
Yes, indeed.
But-
I could go many
But
directions
best
there.
experience
but
of
I'm
my
not.
life. I loved it all.
Yes. Good. did you?
I actually did. I never drank or smoked at all with any pregnancy.
Oh, very good.
Never, ever. The minute I found out,
Well, that's fantastic.
never did. Never
That's the
drank.
maternal side coming out. To me.
Absolutely loved being pregnant.
Yeah.
Loved it. Now, my last child was 10-7, so.
Jesus Christ, he was half reared.
Well, he was. He nearly walked out of me. And I remember.
He drove himself home.
He nearly did. There was another baby, right? There was two things, and he was in one, and the other baby was gone. I said, he looks like he ate him. But the girls were £10 each as well.
Holy Jesus Christ.
So
She have a rugby team going on.
But you know what? I loved being pregnant. I loved being in, not that I love being in labour, like, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably the first woman in
well,
history
not
that
love
said
being
I
in
love being
labour,
in
but
labour.
it's not that I love being, the gas was great and all. I remember looking and I thought the doctor was just, I said, Jason, why are you dressed in the doctor's outfit? He said, I'm here beside you. I said, all right, sorry, too much gas. But no, I loved being pregnant.
Okay.
I loved having the babies, and I never drank with any of them. And after I'd have each one of them, there was 11 months between each of the girls, I'd go and I'd lose a stone straight away.
Okay.
I had to get the weight off.
Right.
Growing up with that, I think my mother was always hiding food, you see.
Okay.
So there was a relationship with food was never great. I was always
Right,
up,
okay.
down, up,
Which is very
down,
important.
Up, down. Yeah. So to me now, it's not important. Scales are not important, please. Obviously, I don't want to walk and not fit through the door.
Yes.
Right, okay?
There's a balance.
There's a balance, like, you know, but I'm not obsessed like I used to be. I used to work out 4 times a week. I wouldn't eat after 7 o'clock. And like, what?
Yeah.
Life is for living.
There is a balance.
Balance.
You have to, you know, there has to be a balance. There has to be the life
Yeah.
and being fit and being healthy and looking good has to be balanced with enjoying yourself as well.
Yeah.
You cannot take from one and not take from the other. You
But
know,
that's
it all.
But Stephen.
And it has to be in your head. You have to be thin in your head, or not thin, but you have to look good in your head.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it's funny, will I tell you, right? I know I weighed myself the other day, and I'd never tell you what I weighed, and
Yes.
certainly not the nation. 13 stone 1 pound. And I
Yeah.
said, you know what? I'm healthy.
Yeah.
I'm all right. Now I don't want to put on anymore.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? And I know if I wanted to
Yes.
start next week, but in 6 months' time,
Yes.
That's the way I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think there's more important things in life.
Yeah.
To me, going up the lake in the boat, you know, to
Yeah.
me, eat the chocolate and look up at the stars.
Is going
Do
up the
all-
lake and the boat a euphemism, Francie?
No, I don't think so.
No, I mean, there is a
Oh, there's a boat
in
in the lake. Yeah,
okay.
my friend said he was going
Okay.
to bring me up. Now this is a friend I grew up with, and I've always been on to him. Bring me up the lake. He said
Okay.
he will.
Okay.
A few of us will go up in the summer.
Lovely.
But yeah, I love all the. You see, I love the country.
Yeah.
You know, and and people would say you're a townie. I live in the town. I'm from the town, but I'm a country person.
Yes.
Really, I love see James's thing now. He's having in June.
Yes.
I'm going
That's James Conway for reference.
100%. James.
Oh, it will be 100% awesome. I know he's mighty crack.
He is.
Yeah. Whether you believe, like, I'd say 95% of what he said, people agreed with, and I think, getting back to that, and I think a lot of that is big man talk, and he knows it. He says a lot of things with tongue in cheek, waiting for a reaction. A lot of things, most of what he says is
Deep down
hard
underneath,
fact.
though,
Yeah.
he's a human.
He's a great human.
He's a human being, and
Yeah.
you can see it in him. And he's a man. He's out in the farm. I
Yes,
seen a video
yes.
today feeding him, and I love that. Give me a tent in
Yes,
his field. I live
Yes,
there.
Yes.
Do you know, I'd love to have a little animal farm.
When is
around
that
me.
again? That's the end of April.
Is it not June? No,
Oh, I'll have to
there's
double
something
check.
in April, but there's something. It's in June, I think.
Could be.
My daughter
Could
lives
get
in
that wrong.
Drumore West. I messaged her the other day.
Yeah.
I said we're going to that.
Yeah.
Or else I'm going with my
Drumore
wellies.
West is a fantastic place.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Right
it's
down
actually lovely.
near Timberboy. I stayed in Timberboy for about 13 months. It was
Really?
beautiful. Right
Yeah,
beside the sea.
It's really lovely now,
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
it? And
Beautiful, yeah.
what's the name of the? There's a pub there, isn't there? Is there?
The something horse.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah. And then there's the beach bar, which is down.
The beach bar, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great spot.
I remember going there years ago. One of the girls from work, and when I was drinking, and I had 6 vodkas gone, and she hadn't even finished it. She goes, "Are you all right?"
Yeah.
That's just quick drinker.
Yeah. That's my problem too, actually. That's the truth. I am a quick drinker.
Vodka was my drink, so I would have gone,
Yeah.
back in a second. I could never drink pints.
Yeah.
Never drink pints, but
I
I'd
drank
tell you,
both.
be all right.
Yeah.
You like your old pint, don't you?
I like my pint. I like a whiskey every so often. I used to vodka would have been my drink
Would
actually.
it?
Yeah, oh yeah. We'll say early 20s vodka
Really,
because I
yeah.
thought I had this thing in my head that it gives you the buzz quicker. But
Quicker, yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's all you're looking for when you're younger, isn't it? The
yeah.
buzz quicker.
But obviously comes the stupor comes quicker too
Yeah,
if you take too
yeah,
much of them.
yeah.
Now we'll get into the comedy and we'll finish off with a lighter note. You enjoy the comedy?
I love comedy. I do. When I was Philip introduced me in 2022. Lovely,
Yes.
you know, really lovely. Sure, I grew up with Philip. He
Yeah.
lived in the next street from me, like, you know. It
Yeah.
was very, very good to me. He's great
Yes.
now. He's doing a
Ah,
running
Philip
thing.
is great.
Brilliant.
Running, yeah.
Yeah, and
I will be on to him again. I have something planned for the end of March, Philip.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
really is now. He's out on his own with the running, but
Yes.
stepped into it. And I suppose the way I wasn't mentally right either, you
Mhm.
know. But I wanted to do comedy.
Yes.
And the chance, I was thinking, oh my God, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I was so nervous and all the rest, but I knew quick enough on. I just look it. I think we all know our own intuition. We're all not stupid, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There was people in it that I got on great with,
Yes.
and there was people that didn't like me.
Okay.
And I was at a time in my life where I'm not wasting my shiting time here. I'm going off and I'm going to go away and get myself well, and I'm going to come back and
Yeah.
you know. But I love comedy. I love it. I
Yes.
keep to my social media. Would I love to be on the stage? Yeah, I would.
Yeah. It's a great buzz.
It is a great buzz, but I'm thinking, would I be able for it? Would I?
Yeah.
My kind of comedy is improvise. Me and you
Yes.
sitting down here chatting and anything coming out.
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of way? Or I'd need a head start on the stage. I'd need someone with me, kind of, you know.
Okay. No, I seen you, and you were very good, very
I
strong.
was very nervous though at the chicken fillet. Because I took that chicken fillet out, it was raw.
I thought it was brilliant.
And they all went, oh! And I went, chill out, lads. You're not going to have to eat it.
Yes.
You know, I'm just showing you how to eat it.
Yeah. Well, there's another reference for that as well. The chicken fillet represented something. In
It
the
represented
sketch.
a vagina.
Yeah.
So people, you know, it was a bit of a joke. And I took the chicken fillet on International Women's Day and I put a bean into the top of it. And I said, lads, you know,
Yeah.
it's not up here. Don't be detouring and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just rub it a
And you
little
made
bit.
a sketch around it.
And I made a sketch
I thought
around
it was
it.
brilliant.
I had men messaging me, you know.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for that. I said, no problem at all. You're not using mine, but felt away at your own woman's like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm happy enough to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm not going to go into schools and doing it. It was a bit of fun, you know.
Yes,
A lot
yes.
of people were offended,
Yeah.
mostly women.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was thinking, being a woman myself, I can only say that you're probably offended because you've never had an orgasm properly.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe they thought that was dirty. But why would you think it's dirty? Why? Look at yourself deeper and think, why would that be dirty? It's a bit of fun.
Yeah. Well, the comedy is subjective, and I keep saying this: if you're coming to a comedy club, you have to expect these type of references.
Why would you come to a
this-
comedy club?
Exactly,
Like,
looking to be offended. It
Yeah.
drives me nuts. Now,
go to a funeral.
lucky enough at this stage, I think anyone that comes to a 3 Bucks Left show knows
Yeah.
what they're getting.
Well, that's it.
You know,
like,
there's some
know.
highbrow stuff. There's some real in your face black
Yeah.
comedy. There's a lot of sexual references.
But you have to be able. Comedy's comedy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Jesus, so and when you're saying that, I kind of went, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing it. Maybe I
Yeah.
back off a bit. Like, but no, I love making people laugh.
Yeah.
And when people say to me, "Oh, you really have me in stitches," I'm like, "Oh, that's lovely."
The best way to make people laugh, if you feel it yourself, if you think it's funny.
Yeah.
And I told you the story before we got on. I went on a big show in Monaghan, and we got great reviews about it. But I felt it just didn't go like I wanted. Like I wanted it
You
to
know
flow.
yourself.
I know myself.
Yeah.
What in my head, what the plan was, and I spent a full week writing new stuff. But I never felt it. I never learnt it. I never went back and looked at it again and got to feel
Yeah.
the comedy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I got to Monaghan, I said, I'm going to have one quick look at the 20 pages that I'd written,
Yeah.
right? 20 A4 pages. And I just looked at it and I'm like, fuck me, all this is ink on paper.
I know.
I didn't actually get a chance to express it. And I have this thing that I do when I'm doing comedy
Yeah.
is to tell it in my head, then say it out loud, but pretend that there is a crowd in front of you and wait for the laugh and pace everything.
Yeah.
But I never done that with all these 20 pages. So I was like, in my head, out on stage, I learnt it off in my head,
Yeah.
but I didn't learn to feel it and I didn't learn to pace it.
Yeah.
So we got great reviews or good feedback from it. But I know
You
myself.
want to be happy with it yourself.
Yes.
When
yes,
you're happy and you know that's good, that's good.
Yes.
You know, but you're
Yeah.
brilliant anyway. Don't worry.
Thank you, Karen.
Don't be hard on
Thank you, Karen.
yourself. Look
I
after
think you're being too
yourself.
kind to me.
I'm being so kind
Too
to you
kind to
tonight.
me on this.
All right,
Thank
you're
you so much.
absolute cunt. And you know, for me saying that word now, there'll be people
Yeah.
saying, "Oh my God."
No, they won't. Not on this. Not on this page anyway. I can guarantee.
Well, I
you
don't
that.
really care because I think when you go through life and you've put I put myself through. I should have had a stint in EastEnders. There was
Yes.
that much drama. I
Yes.
understand I created a lot, but didn't
Yeah.
understand at the time. So if you want, whatever people want to think of me is
Yes.
fine, because I really hated myself.
Yeah.
I really did hate myself.
You don't
So
hate yourself now, though.
not at all.
Yes.
And
Long may that continue.
long may it continue, Stephen. And to be sitting here to thinking the night that I sat in the house with a load of tablets,
Yeah.
you know, and just wanted to kill myself.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to sleep forever. I was tired.
For anyone that's going through them type of talks right now, have you any advice?
I tell you what, I just wish people would really listen to me. I know you probably hear this all the time, you know, but you're not meant to kill yourself. You're meant to kill what's inside of you.
Okay.
I was around somebody who took their own life in 2020. And I'll never forget seeing the marks on the wall when I seen him. Someone said to me that day, you're going to have to go to counselling for that. But I carried on helping other people. And 6 years have passed since. Only in the last 6 months that I'm thinking, I seen that man dead, hanging. And I seen it was the scrapes on the wall where he knew he'd made a mistake.
Yes.
And I always say to people, I believe I was terminally ill mentally, and I'd made the plans, I'd written the letters. I was going to my mother. I knew I was going to see her. So I was okay with that, and I was naming out my grandmother and this. I was going. That was it. I was done, and I really mean that. And then I wasn't. The miracle happened. Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle. You need to kill what's inside of you. We are never meant to kill ourselves. And what's inside of you is hurting you. You need to get rid of that. Talk about it. Reach out. When you're reaching out to somebody else, you don't even realise how much you're helping. When someone reaches out to me, I'm like, this is helping me so much as well. Talk. Especially men. Don't be afraid to talk. This is the thing about men. Men are afraid to talk. I love a man that can talk about his feelings.
Yes.
I don't be crying on my shoulder all the time, like, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, talk.
Yeah.
It's so important. Why?
What
People feel like they're not a man.
What you said there about you're meant to kill what's inside you.
Yeah.
That is probably the best way of describing it. The best bit of advice. You're not meant to kill yourself.
You're not meant to kill yourself. We are not meant to kill ourselves. When you're depressed, I believe the devil himself has gotten in, and I believe I experienced it. I experienced that darkness. I remember when I moved into the house I'm in now, and I remember this cloud around me. I was like, oh my God, Jesus, I can't do this. I can't do this. This was a year after I'd seen the person that took their own life. And I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I was just like, what am I going to do? And my own girls, they started to pick me up. I started to realise my oxygen is them people that I give birth to.
Yeah.
So when I was looking in the way, it must have been my mother or someone to show me. This is what I kept saying, Stephen, please show me. And Ciara would call, or Lauren would call, or even a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday. I wasn't feeling the best, as we do, you know. You don't go around skipping and dancing every day, you know. I mean, it's hard enough to live. It's €2 for a cream egg these days. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking hard to live. You know? I was grabbing the pennies like, OnlyFans is nearly an option now as well. But anyway, I'm only joking, lads. But I was feeling down. And when they came into the house, I was thinking, they
Yes.
This is why I had these.
The reason.
They are the reason.
Yeah.
My girls are now we kill each other.
Yeah.
At times. We're 5 women together sometimes,
yes,
you know. We're not all together. We don't all live together.
Absolutely.
But we get on. And we're good. They're very good to me. Be lost without them. You know.
Fantastic.
Even get me ready this week, you know. Getting this and that for me and making sure everything's all right. They're good girls.
Very good.
I'm blessed. And I just thought
You're
the other
proud of
night.
them?
Proud of them. I look at them and wonder. Sorry. I look at them and wonder where, or from how I was I look at them now and say, are they mine?
Mm-hmm.
But they are, because I give birth to every one of them,
Yes.
and I
Give
remem-
yourself some credit.
remember every birth, you know.
Mhm.
And we laugh now as well. I tell them about their birth. They love to hear about them stories. But yeah, they're good. They're good girls.
Brilliant.
Very good. Sorry.
No, no, no. Where do you see Karen this time next year?
Well, you know what I done there a couple of weeks ago? I've always done things a couple of weeks ago. Stood outside the Hawks Well
Yeah.
and said, I am going to fill that.
Wow.
I believe I can.
Yeah. And you should.
I really would love to.
Let's get on it.
Will you do it with me?
I will, of course.
Will you help me with it?
I will, of course.
I'd love to. I'd love my show to be real talk and a
Hawkswell
comedy.
is a beautiful theatre, by the way.
It's only around the corner from me.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, and that's the thing. It's like so near, but yet so far.
yeah, yeah.
But no, I do. I would love to do that in my own town. It being the Hawkswell.
How do you
Theatre.
want to do it? Do you want to do it as a comedy gig or like a talk or a bit of everything?
Comedy with real talk and bit of comedy integrated into it.
Yeah.
Sitting on the couch or something.
Yes.
Like this.
Yes,
I'd love that.
yes.
You know, I think it would bring everyone together. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
with the way the world is now, have a cup of tea and chat
Yeah,
and have a wee break then and have a wee chat and
it
You wanna-
can be done.
it
I have
can
no
be
doubt
done.
about it.
and then I love talking to the people.
Yeah,
You know, the amount of people that have messaged me and said to me, "You've saved me marriage, you've saved
Mhm.
me life," and I'm thinking, I'm fucking lunatic inside. Like, I've saved your
Yeah.
marriage. But yeah, when I look back, I have talked openly. I've shared my experiences. I've shared all that I can share, as much as I
Which-
can
which
share.
can be worth more than 4 years in college learning about
Well,
it.
100%.
in some respects.
100%. Look, I'm glad I went back to do my leaving cert and all the rest, but I do believe my path in life is to help other people.
Yeah,
I do believe I can talk to
Fantastic.
people. I love talking to people.
yeah.
Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah.
On that, we'll wrap it up. It's been a great journey that we went on. I didn't think I'd get so deep into it from the beginning, but I'm glad I did. And it's been a pleasure having you on here this evening. Where can we find you?
Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah, I didn't want your address or anything.
All right, you want me to?
Facebook and TikTok, and the handle is
Well, Karen Delaney, the Mammy Life. It started out as the
Yes.
Mammy. It should be called the Mad Life now, really.
yeah, good name.
So Karen Delaney, the Mammy Life, and then just on TikTok, it's Karen Delaney. And that's
Fantastic.
it. I don't do Instagram. I can't
you should.
navigate it.
Yeah.
I just go into it and it's like there's too many
Mm.
signs.
Okay.
A bit weird, me.
No,
like.
you should get on it. You should definitely get on it.
And
Because the two of them, Facebook and Instagram, feed into each other.
they do.
Here's me advising you to get on Instagram and also on the same time trying to come off social media. But then again, we depend on it's the new media.
The way it is, I believe social media.
There has to be a balance there too.
Listen, the way the world is going, it's going to be all social media making money that way
I
and
know,
doing this way and
I
all.
know.
This is the world is going that way.
I know.
You know,
it
we're
is.
going to be going beep beep, looking at,
I know.
you know, you'll be zapping yourself over there
I
and
know.
up there. You know, the world is changing.
It is
It
changing.
has changed, and I want to hold on to the family unit is going. I feel.
Yeah.
I want to
We
hold
need
on
to
to
bring
that.
that back.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to James's thing.
Yes.
I'm going with my wellies and
Yes.
my hat and the whole shebang.
Yeah.
You know, and
Very earthy, very.
yeah,
yes.
you know, and just
Get back to earth.
apps. I can nearly smell the silage
Yeah.
now. Do you know?
Well, there's a lot better smells than silage in the countryside, by the way.
Is there? Tell me.
There is. Oh no, just fresh meadows,
The
flowers,
daisies.
daisies.
I know the country is
whole works.
lovely. It is.
The sea air.
The sea air is good
Yes.
for you. Make you sleep. Remember
Yes,
back in the day when
indeed.
we were younger, the fish. Oh, I used to love the fish in Killybegs.
Yeah. No, that's a different smell altogether.
Rotten too, isn't it?
Yeah,
Too much of it.
I done a marathon into Killybegs.
Did ya?
I did,
How
yeah.
did you run into that?
We ran from near Donegal town
Go
into
away.
Killybegs. Yeah,
Fair play.
we did. Yeah.
You're great for the running.
I do, yeah. And I'm planning actually now that I'm mentioning the suicide and suicide prevention.
Yeah.
I said I was going to do a marathon for different charities every month of 2026. Next month's one, and I'm not going to announce it but I'll announce it here because it's a podcast, it's different
Yeah,
to social
yeah.
media. For STOP, so they cover like suicide prevention in Donegal, Sligo, Leitrim, a little bit of Cavan, Roscommon, and Mayo.
Very
So
good.
that's going to be on the end of March, but we'll
Good.
get into that again.
Good.
Right, Karen,
Yes.
thank you so much for joining me on the Zero Bucks
You're
Given
very welcome.
podcast sofa. I hope you enjoyed the experience.
I loved it.
And for everyone watching, I hope you enjoyed it as well. As always, if you did enjoy it, tell everyone about it. If you didn't, tell absolutely no
Nobody.
one. And don't forget to subscribe to whatever platform you're watching this in. $0 given. That's most important. And we'll keep this wave going as long as possible. Till the next time, guys, stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay away from yourself.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Thank you, Stephen.